Hi everyone, so this is more of like a guidance video. I'm not going to be pulling any cards in this video. It's just going to be kind of like messages that I've received today in my meditations and over the last few days, which hopefully you'll find quite helpful. So there are going to be some kind of like messages from Spirit about twin flame connection. Other than that, it's just going to be like general guidance from me. So this is kind of like a personal opinion, so if you don't like it, I'm sorry, but hopefully you will all find it quite helpful. So the first message that I kind of received yesterday in my meditation was that this is very much like dominoes. Like I've been seeing dominoes everywhere, so it took me like a couple of days to work out what it meant. So I have wrote it down, so if I'm looking down it's because I'm reading. So there's one trigger that sets the whole thing in motion. If you see like a line of dominoes and you push one and then all the dominoes start falling around. And I'm told that the Divine Feminines right now feel very much kind of like in the middle of this. And they felt that trigger, but they haven't felt anything since. So they're kind of waiting to see the evidence of this that they felt. But Spirit want you to know that you don't know how long the track is, so you don't know how many dominoes have to get knocked down before it comes to you. Because this twin flame journey is very much about you doing your thing, your Divine Masculine doing his thing, and then eventually there's other things going on behind the scenes as well that both of you don't realise what's happening through like the divine. So just because you felt that first trigger that set this in motion, kind of like just surrender and just wait. It's not about kind of like feeling like everything needs to rush and happen quickly. It's very much about enjoying the process. Okay. The other message I got for dominoes was that once unions start coming in for some twin flames, they're going to start coming in quickly for the collective. Over like the next year, 2 years, by December the 17th, 2020, I'm told that most twin flames are going to be in union in the whole collective, so even those just starting out on the journey. I know some of you feel like, oh, this is ages away, but it's very much to do with the planets as well. There is a much bigger picture here. I'll try and do like a separate video on that for any of you who are interested in astrology and why I've picked December the 17th, 2020. Okay, I also see, I keep seeing hexagons and symbols for like bees and hives. So this is very much a sign that twin flames now need to work together to manifest union. This is about the collective coming into union, not just individual relationships. And once you see the bigger picture and start supporting other twin flames in your community, you'll see that your twin flame connection actually kind of like strengthens and progresses a lot quicker. Okay, I've also been channeling horses. So horses are very much a message for natural forces mastered by men. So I see this as a sign that everyone's doing a great job, and these like natural or supernatural forces, so this kind of like 5D connection, you're very much mastering it and doing a great job, so keep going. Let's have a see what else I got. I've been getting cannons, so things are very much going to start happening quite quickly for the collective. And today I saw a boomerang in a meditation, so I feel like Divine Masculines are now on the way home. They are starting to return towards their Divine Feminines, especially next week. Okay, so they're kind of like the messages that I've channeled, and now I want to talk a little bit about this whole experience, because I've noticed that there's a lot of twin flames who are quite new to this experience and this journey and are quite struggling. So I have a few kind of like messages for you all. So the first thing I've noticed is that a lot of people kind of feel quite like ashamed or embarrassed, or like they're not progressing if they get upset and get emotional or have a bad day, and that is not the case. You have to feel your emotions to release them. If you need to cry, you need to cry. By trying to suppress those emotions, all you're doing is letting this like big ball of negative energy build inside you until you can't take it anymore, and then you're going to have a complete breakdown. So you might find that a couple of minutes crying on one day, and you've released that feeling, but if you try and hold on to it and push it aside, then in a couple of days' time you might have a really bad day and spend the whole day feeling upset and anxious and working through heavy emotions because you didn't release it when you first felt it. So don't feel that, if you feel upset and emotional and need to cry, that you are negatively impacting your twin flame like relationship and connection, because that's not true. Even, you know, overall, like, I feel like I'm in a very good energy and very good place for union to come in, but there's still moments where I feel upset and need to let those emotions be released. You know, that's part of cleansing and healing your soul. Like, if you can't face those emotions and let the pain kind of wash over you and wash out of you, then that's going to stay inside you, and that's, in the long term, you know, that is going to create a bigger block. Whereas if you just feel it and release it, then that block is gone and you can just work through for the next thing. Another thing I've noticed is that lots of you kind of like ask for guidance. So you see a number or an image or like something that's like recurring, and you kind of like don't understand what that symbolises, but you need to work that out for yourself. And I know it's hard, and I see like crazy things all day, every day, and I'm making a note of it, and then I have to spend time in the evening researching it because I know that that's significant and that has a meaning for me. So the first time I saw the word canon, I was like, that's a bit weird. And then I saw it twice again in the same day on signs, and I was like, okay, I need to go home and sit down, meditate and think about that, or research it online. This whole twin flame journey is about connecting with your higher self. So until you put the effort in to truly connect with your higher self, you are not moving closer to union. I know this sounds really negative, and it doesn't mean that you have to be like really psychic. It's just about noticing what's going on around you. So if there are any kind of like numbers that are occurring in your life, you know, think about how do you feel when you see the number, and try and work out what kind of message or feeling you're receiving and what that means to you. Because everything is, you know, it's your perspective, this is your journey, and your guides will have different ways of communicating with you than my guides have communicating with me. Because this is a spiritual journey first and foremost, and then union is just kind of like the cherry on top, this is so fun. Like, once you kind of like surrender and truly enjoy this period of separation, like there's so much to be learned. And I am so grateful for this, you know, separation, because I've truly grown. And whilst, yeah, I am ready for union, I'm ready for that committed relationship, I have learned so much in my time alone. So find something that works for you. There's not a right way and a wrong way to develop your spirituality. You don't have to go out and buy tarot cards or oracle cards. You don't have to buy crystals. You can very much just meditate in your own space and in your own time, and, you know, see what comes to you that way. I've been learning how to use a crystal ball, for example, because that's something that's always interested me. This is very much your journey and your time to truly work on your spiritual gifts, because everyone has them. And it is quite hard at first, but, you know, once you start being open to them and developing them, like, there's so many miracles that come your way. And it's a lot easier to do this journey once you have that connection with your higher self and with spirit, because when you do feel kind of like unsure or not very confident, or you're having your doubts, you know, you will be showered with messages to keep you going and keep you like on the right track. I use crystals if I'm having like a bad day, or kind of like just want to feel a bit more balanced. I use crystals, keep them on me all day, and they do help me a lot. But yeah, this is a lot of fun once you embrace this twin flame journey. You know, it is about reuniting one soul. It's the most divine love that, you know, you can experience. So you truly are blessed to experience that in this lifetime, no matter how hard the journey is. I look back to even a few months ago, 6 months ago, 8 months ago, maybe a year ago, and just realise how much I have grown as a person and how much I have developed. And how can you not be grateful for meeting that person who has helped you achieve that? That is what this twin flame journey is about. You meet someone who triggers so much within you and helps you truly become your best version of yourself, before you both come together and have a beautiful relationship for the rest of your life, with like commitment and marriage and family. This is truly a wonderful journey, and you're very blessed to experience it. So no matter how hard it is, do try and keep your focus on that. If you've got any kind of like questions, you can send me a message and I'll do my best to answer them. But hopefully this has been quite helpful for everyone. Do let me know if you'd like me to do more of these.